Hello and welcome to your video lesson for the week. This is page 12 and we're looking at numbers 33 and 34. Please notice I'm using my violin book here today, so if you play viola or cello, it will sound the same and will have the same letter names, but will look different on the staff, so you're going to need to use your book to play along. We're going to be starting with high D over here, and every time I look at a new piece of music, I always want to make sure to look for any patterns. The first thing I see is that I have two notes in a row that are the same. So I'm going to be playing D 2 times, and it looks like I step down to C sharp and I do that 2 times, and then I step down to B and do it 2 times, and then I finish on A, but it doesn't look like it. I repeat that note because we have a rest here, don't we? So if I were to play that, here's what this would sound like. D, D, C, C, B, B, A, rest. Okay. As I look forward, I'm going to notice that I have G with another G next to it, but then my pattern breaks here. I have F, and then I hop down to D, and then I'm going to finish with E, E, E. That's how this part sounds. G, G, F, D, E, rest. Moving on to the next line, I can see I have some jumping around here. Look, I go D, I jump to F, then I have A, followed by a step up to B, B, that's first finger on A string, and then stepping back down to A, followed by a rest. I'm going to play that here. D, F, A, B, B, A, rest. And then I'm finishing with G, followed by another G, then open A, and it looks like I'm hopping down to D and finishing up 3 times before a rest. Here's what that part sounds like. G, G, A, D. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my online resources in order to play along with the recording of this. You can play right alongside with me. The first time I'm just going to sing along, and then the second time I'll play my violin with it.
33. Song for Christine.
1, 2, here I go. D, D, C, C, B, B, A, rest. G, G, F, D, E, E, E. Next line. D, F sharp, A, B, B, A, rest. G, G, A, D, D, D. Very good. If you need to, you might want to sing that through a few times before you try playing it, and you might want to break down each of those 2 measure phrases just to make sure you can play all of it before you try it with the recording. Here's what it sounds like on the violin with the recording.
33. Song for Christine.
1, 2, here I go. Very good. So if you need to, you might need to do this one a couple times. Overall, it's not too tricky, but you do really need to pay attention to when these patterns break and we have some skips. Now, I broke down number 33 for you. As we knew number 34, I'm actually just going to play it all the way through 2 times, singing first the first time and then playing and singing the second time. And what your job is you need to work by yourself to try to figure out how to play this. Remember what I did with the first song. I looked for patterns. I broke it into 2 measure chunks. I sang through it a few times, and then I played it. Don't try to just play through it and figure out the notes as you go, because you won't really be able to make a good song that way. Okay, here's Natalie's Rose. And remember, your goal by the end of this is to be able to do it all by yourself without my help. Here's what Natalie's Rose sounds like.
"34. Natalie's Rose.
1, 2, here I go. D, D, E, G, F, G, A, F, F, G, A, B, B, A, F, G, A, G, A, B, A, B, C, D, D, D. I'm going to do it one more time. Remember what I am doing in my head. I'm looking for patterns, I'm breaking it down into small chunks, and I'm singing through it. Here's what it sounds like on the violin.
"34. Natalie's Rose.
1, 2, here I go. Great. So I hope you have some fun with this practicing. Again, remember, patterns, break it down into small chunks, and sing through it. Happy practicing.